Hello children, and welcome to another interesting lesson from Notebook. Children, suppose you have 567 flowers. 567 flowers means 5 groups of hundreds, 6 groups of tens, and 7 singles of ones. So, we write 5 in the hundreds place, 6 in tens, and 7 in ones. But what if you don't have a whole flower? For example, there are 3 whole flowers, but some petals fall off from one of the flowers. So now you have 2.5 flowers. How do we count such? In order to count such parts of whole or parts between 2 wholes, we use the decimal number system. The phrase parts of a whole sounds familiar, right? Yes, a fraction is a part of a whole. For example, 1/10 is a fraction and it means 1 of 10 parts. Similarly, 1/100th means 1 of 100 parts. In the same way, 7/10, 300th, 4/10 are all fractions. So, if any flower has 10 petals, then 3/10 of the flower means only 3 petals of the 10. That is, 3 parts of the whole flower if 10 petals represent the whole flower. Now, our number system is based on 10 digits, and you can represent any number with the help of those 10 digits in a single line, isn't it? So, it is also useful to represent fractions as a base of 10, so that we can represent any fraction in a single line. Decimals help us in this. Decimals are a special kind of fractions where the base is 10 or multiples of 10 like 100, 1000 and so on. We write decimals with the help of Mr. Punto, who looks like a dot. He helps us to write fractions in a single line. So, a fraction 1/10 is written as 0.1 and a fraction 1/100 is written as 0.01. Mind you, 0.1 or 1/10 is less than 1 whole, and 0.01 or 1/100 is not only less than 1 whole but also less than 0.1 or 1/10. 2/10 is 0.2 and 2/100 is 0.02. 8/10 is 0.8 and 8/100 is 0.08. Look carefully. In 0.8, the position of 8 is called the decimal place. When the base is 10, the decimal place of 8 is 1. That is, it is in the first place after punto. This is because 10 has only 1 0. When the base is 100, the number of zeros is 2. So, the decimal place for 8 is 2. That is, it should be at the second place after punto. But 8 is a single digit. But 8 is also the same as 08, isn't it? So, to make its decimal place at 2, we write it as 0.08. Or we can also write 0.08. 0 before punto means there are no whole parts to the fraction. The number consists of only the fractional part. But what if we have a number, say 5.67? This means there are 5 whole parts, 6 1/10th parts, and 7 1/100th parts. Always remember, the numbers on the left of punto are larger than 1, and the numbers on the right of punto are smaller than 1. So, punto helps us to see that which part of a number are more than 1 and which parts are less. The more left you go, the whole number places lets you count bigger and bigger groups. And the more right you go, the decimal number places lets you count smaller and smaller parts. Let's see some examples. 1/100th of 789 is 789 divided by 100 or 7 and 89 by 100. There are 7 whole parts, so it will come before punto. 89 by 100 is smaller than 1 whole, so it should come after punto. Since there are 2 zeros in 100, therefore there should be 2 decimal places after punto. Hence 0.89. So 1/100th of 789 is 7.89. 1/10th of 123 is 12.3, as there are 12 whole parts and the rest 3/10th is 0.3. 1/100th of 45 is 0.45. Note that there are no whole parts here. Can you see the trick here? The trick is count the number of zeros in the multiple of 10. That is, it is 1 for 10 and 2 for 100. This count should be the number of decimal places after punto. So, count the number of decimal places from the right and then insert Mr. Punto. For example, 1/100th of 234 is 2.34. As there are 2 zeros in 100, so we count 2 decimal places from right. So 4 and 3. Put punto right before 3. You have the answer. We defined decimal numbers as a special kind of fractions. But is it possible to write any fraction as a decimal number? Let us check. We know that any fraction can be written as an equivalent fraction, right? So, half can be written as 1 into 5 by 2 into 5. That is 5 by 10. This is nothing but 0.5. Similarly, 1 by 20 is also 5 by 100 or 0.05. Let us see how we can write decimals into fractions. Since decimals are fractions, so a decimal number can be written as a fraction with base 10 or 100. For example, 0.7 is 7 by 10 and 0.07 is 7 by 100. When we have bigger numbers, then the digits on the left of punto are the wholes and the ones on the right are fractions. For example, 56.23 can be written as 56 and 0.23, right? 0.23 is 23 over 100. So 56.23 is 56 and 23 upon 100, which is nothing but a mixed fraction. This mixed fraction can be written as 56 into 100 plus 23 divided by 100. That is 5623 over 100. Do you see that the digits are the same? We have only removed punto and put the base as 100. When you have to express a decimal as a fraction, simply put the number in the numerator, count the number of decimal places, and put a multiple of 10 in the base such that the number of zeros are equal to the number of decimal places. And remove punto. We will pause our lesson here. See you with more knowledge on decimals in the next video. Bye-bye.